Are you just gonna do the hollow nail thing and say you can't say that if I say something wrong?
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Michael.
Well,
Remember.
And you're gonna tell everyone my real name?
They already know your real name.
Oh, you jerk. What am I remembering?
Okay, why don't you tell... Okay.
Welcome, patrons, and welcome to the world of Thedas. And today, we're going to talk about characters. Now, the dogmen of Verendon are most known for their hairy chests.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I am very sick, and we're not going to have a lore video this week, but my wonderful husband, Michael, say hi.
Hi.
Has elected, well, I made you do it, to have a fun little video. So I'm going to show him all of the Dragon Age companions, which there's a lot. I'm sorry about that. And see what you remember.
And for a basis, I played maybe 2 hours of Dragon Age Origins. I played several hours, but you would argue I made very little progress in Inquisition.
He didn't get out of the hinterlands. And then did you even get out of... He played Dwarf Noble Origin. Did you even get out of that? Your blank stare. All right. Who is this? Tell me everything you know.
Okay, this is Alistair, and he's a prince. Every morning he wakes up and he spends about 2.5 to 3 hours styling his hair. He can't grow a beard, so he goes with the soul patch to hope nobody will notice. No, there's something funny about him, though, isn't there? He's on the Night Watch or something. Or he's related to it, or he got kicked out of something. He used to be a Templar, and then they kicked him out, or he went to rehab or something. There was something about that. And he's a big douchebag. That's all I remember.
He's a douchebag?
I don't know. Look at his face. That stupid smile. Frickin' eyebrow cocked.
Who can romance this guy, if anybody? Well,
he's straight.
Okay. Do you think he's popular?
Yeah, no, I think every girl picks him.
Okay.
I think every man would pick him.
Did you think I picked him?
No.
Okay. Who's this?
Morgan? Isn't she voiced by the woman from Farscape?
Yes.
Claudia Black? Okay. Yeah. So she sounds a lot like Claudia Black. Yeah, okay. So all I remember is she dresses like that, but then she has this big chip on her shoulder and she walks around like people should respect her more, or like she got burned all the time and so she's all sassy. I don't know. It didn't really fit with the character. That.
Bikini top.
Yeah. It was kind of odd. But yeah, she's all sass and she's like a know-it-all, but she won't tell you anything useful. She just kind of sasses you along. And she's got a mom who's younger than her or something weird. There's something about her mom. I don't remember. You meet her mom first, and she's like, "This is my daughter," and you're like, "Hello, daughter," and then she talks, and you're like, "Okay, bye." But that's all I remember.
Okay. Do you think she's a romance option?
I think guys are gonna make her a romance option, whether she is or not.
If she was a romance option, do you think she'd be popular?
Yes.
Okay. Who is this?
Right. So, she's part of the, she's like a cleric or like, priestess thing. She's a companion. Yeah, you already told me that. I'm going to guess she has no personality. She really likes being a nun, warrior person. She's not romanceable. And no one would pick her anyway.
Okay. What's her name?
Sister Abigail.
Okay. So you said no one would romance her?
No.
What do you think she sounds like?
like the most basic, simple, kind of monotone, kind of naive, young woman.
Okay. If she were a romance option, would you romance her?
I think if she was a romance option, nobody would know that she's a romance option.
Okay. Who is this?
I feel like... Oh, but she's a companion. I feel like this is from Dragon Age 2, so I know nothing about it.
I can tell you now that I have it in order, and this is still in Origins.
Oh, goodness. So this is Grandma Hutchins. She's a mage.
Okay.
I don't know. Is it Morrigan from the future? I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't think it's her mom. Yeah, that's about all I got. I don't know.
Grandma Hutchins. Do you think she's a romance option?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to say they're not that interesting.
Okay.
I'm not going to allow, old people to have characters.
Okay. Who is this?
Oh, God. Well, it's an elf. So elves are funny, aren't they? But, I don't think he's a mage. I don't know. Maybe all elves are mages. I don't know. Looks young-ish. Yeah, I don't know.
What's his name?
Oh, goodness. He's going to have a funny name like, Zafrandi or,
That's actually pretty good.
Okay, so Zafrandi, the elf, he's got his war paint. I guess all elves have that, don't they? Most of them, or whatever, from half of them do, or whatever. He's probably romanceable. I'm gonna guess that he's popular with the men. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't even see, anything other than his face. So, I don't even know what he does.
Okay. If you had a wager, I guess, what would you think?
Well, I was gonna say hairdresser, but I think times have changed and he's had to, pick up the spear or whatever that is sticking out of the back of his head, and he's had to, put in some time for the effort. I don't remember the plot of Dragon Age Origins at all, but I assume there's some sort of war.
Okay, who's this?
Well, it's a dog. The breed starts with an M. I don't remember.
I know you're looking at the
plushie
I got.
Yeah, well, I can't even see it. But it is a companion. It's the best companion. Should be your only companion. You should have just a team of these guys. You can name him. Usually has a name like Barkspawn or something like that.
Wow, look at you.
Well, but you name it, right? So
Yeah.
It doesn't come with that name.
No, but that I didn't think you'd be able to come up with that.
Yeah, no, I'm cool. I'm cool with the kids.
You're hip with the kids.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He doesn't do anything, though. He just jumps around and attacks, right? He doesn't level up or...
No, you can level up.
Oh, you can level up?
Yeah.
Oh.
He has his
Well,
own
I hope you
little
can't romance him.
No.
Again, I can only see his face. So I'm just assuming it's a he, but I don't know.
It is a he,
Okay.
but they didn't model the dog's dick or anything.
How does it pee?
I don't want to give too much away for companions, but there is a mechanic in the game where if you let the dog pee on certain items, he'll have a bonus to attack in that area. So fun facts.
Okay, so probably a male, but...
Well, it lists
could be.
up to pee.
Okay, well then, yeah, okay.
Who's this?
Well, he's a dwarf. His name is Cockeyed Sam. Yeah, I remember you have to go back to the dwarves. Or no, he's been exiled to the surface, and then he brings you back down to the caves to resolve... Well, I guess it's the plot of, the noble starter or whatever, which I saw. I don't remember his connection to it, though, other than he's an exiled dwarf. But yeah, he forces you back into all that. I don't think he's romanceable. Yeah, I don't know.
Who's this?
Okay, this one I know. This is he's the Klingon guy, but before they had horns, so he's TOS Klingon, not TNG Klingon. Man, I cannot tell you his name though. Orin or something. And he is romanceable. I don't know how much they developed the Cardassians in this one.
Can you think of the race name?
Yeah. I mean, they're the
The Klingons.
no, the Canary.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Well, that's not the race, right? That's just, that's the cult or the culture or whatever.
Look at you.
The race has some other name that you don't know unless you're a massive nerd.
Who is this?
Your favorite character.
Okay.
She's a golem.
Oh.
She's a she.
What's her name?
Oh, Betty Rubble.
That's actually pretty good.
You're saying your fans don't want you to read Lauren with that voice?
Okay, so what is Betty Rubble's least favorite thing?
Drills.
Okay. Who is this?
He's not a companion, is he?
He can be.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Thought he was the bad guy.
Also true.
Yeah. Like Murloc or something. I don't know. And he does a whole, like, Judas thing. I don't remember why. Or maybe it's a power struggle, and so he's just, when the Darkspawn come in, he throws the current king under and, like, tries to take over in the power struggle or something. He does something funny. I didn't think he'd be a companion, though.
Okay. Is he romanceable?
I don't think so, but I think there are people out there that are weird enough that would want to.
Okay, now we're going into Dragon Age 2.
Ah, there be dragons.
Who is this guy?
So this is Greg.
Oh my god.
Greg is a warrior. He only spends about half an hour with his hair. Though he takes very long showers. I mean, really, I don't know if you guys are seeing the same picture as me, but like, you can see, there's no headroom. You can barely see his shoulders. He's wearing something with fur or feathers and a collar that is either starched to heck or made out of metal. And he's got like a dragon head coming out of his ear, right? So I'm assuming it's a sword. He looks generic enough to be romanceable. It's probably like the safe option, if you're coming out of a breakup or, you don't really trust men, then you pick Greg here because he's not really offensive. He doesn't have much of an opinion. You can kind of pour yourself into him. He's just kind of a guy. He's just kind of there.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Well, the next one.
Okay, this is your favorite character because you like strange women.
Now, you have a name for her, remember?
Well, you were describing her, and I said she sounded like lady, or not lady, but oh yeah, lady. She's a lady. Brienne of Tarth from the Game of Thrones books.
I thought you were going to reference Robert Zadar.
Okay, that's just mean.
That's what you say all the time. Not even.
Not true.
You called her Roberta Zadar.
That's not true.
That is true.
No, you said that.
Oh, you did.
You said this is my favorite character. I won't tell you her real name, but I call her Roberta Zadar.
No, it's not.
And I said, "Oh, that's not nice." From what you said, she sounds like Brienne of Tarth. I haven't watched the show, so they probably ruined that character. No one will get the reference, but it's okay. Yeah, and there's this whole thing about her being awkward, and she's trying to romance this guy, and they do this whole like sitcom plot. It's like an episode of Friends or something where she's, trying to work up the courage and keep saying all the wrong things or whatever, and it's really charming. So because of that, I'm going to say she's not romanceable by the player character.
Okay.
But you would.
But
if you could. Yeah.
Okay.
You'd probably sabotage that mission.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is Nick. He was originally in a boy band. I don't know where they find these guys. Looks like he regretted that tattoo, and the surgery to remove it did not work. So he transitioned from, like 90s boy band. I'm going to say like Backstreet Boy cover band type, that low. And then he tried to move into like the edgy stuff. But his mom, huh?
Like My Chemical Romance?
Yeah, sure. But his mom wouldn't let him get piercings. So he could only go so far, just, mascara and dyeing his hair. But he's got a sword. So, he's got edge to him. Yeah, and he's an elf, so you can't tell anything about him. He's just
Is he romanceable?
I bet all the girls want to be with him, and all the guys wish they would go away. Well, she's very fashionable. She's got a staff, so she's probably a mage. Yeah, she kind of looks like, she would be quirky, but she doesn't know how to quite pull it off. So she's in that, like, awkward in-between just kind of being, like, a nice girl, but then, tries to say some things to mix it up, and then it doesn't quite land. I'm sure she's got something, and everyone's like, oh, she's the this one. How dare you? She's the cute one or the whatever one, the sporty one. I don't know. Probably not. But,
okay.
And so there's a reason you would pick her. But yeah, I have no idea just looking at her.
You're trying to hold back so much right now.
See, I know anything I say can and will be used against me. So, ugh.
What's his name?
It's gonna be something dumb like Conan or Connor or...
That's pretty close, actually.
Oh, no. Yeah, so he's too good for sleeves. He takes a very long time to style his hair, but I wish he wouldn't.
It's not working for him?
No. It just needs to go. Just shave it all off. He lifts, though, so that's good.
Is he romanceable?
Oh, probably.
Okay.
Look at that guy in the background, though.
Is he romanceable?
I don't even think his wife wants to. But I think he's got his eyes on Connor there, though.
Oh my god. Who's this?
Morgan 2.0.
Okay.
No, it's like Isabel or something like that.
Hey.
Yeah, she's got something funny about how she betrays you but doesn't, so there's at least something interesting here about, she wants the artifact, but you're trying to use the artifact in a political play in order to pay someone off to get them to join your side or whatever. So it forces one of those dilemmas where you have to choose between a character, like a character quest, or having some sort of advantage in the storyline.
How do you know this?
It just seeps out of you. You must just talk in your sleep or something. Like.
That's fair. Is she romanceable?
Probably. I mean, she's, it seems like they poured a lot into her. So then they would have a lot of material if you did a romance. Yeah. So probably.
Okay. Who's this?
Oh, man. He's probably some prince a-hole. I don't know.
What's his name?
Frank Crosby.
Is he romanceable?
Yeah, I would assume so. Another one of those generic ones. There's, he's just like Anita. Like, he's got something, he's the funny one, or, he can sing or whatever, so you pick him because you like that thing, whatever it is. But yeah, I mean, otherwise he's just super generic. I don't know.
Okay. Who's this?
That's a character you created and you play as.
Okay.
I don't know, man. All elves look the same. Like...
Can you tell me their name?
No.
You can't even come up with one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really get elves. They... Like, how are you supposed to... I mean, she's got this look on her face, right? But she's like an anime character. She's got big eyes and, the eyebrows are going everywhere and, she's all Disney-ified. So it's like, I don't know what she's feeling. I don't know what she's thinking. She's just constantly like, I don't know, just...
Do you think she's romanceable?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like the quiet one, which you romance if you're a freak and you want to like, manipulate her and be a real dominating presence or something. I don't know.
I know you're just looking at a photo, but that's exactly how I feel about that romance. So good job.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, I don't either. Who's this?
Oh, my man, Varric.
How do you know this?
I don't. He wrote a book. He's like a bard. He's got a crossbow that I thought was a blow-up doll for some reason.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, hey, any man that shows some hair, you know what I'm talking about. You know that can unbutton, and let the puff come out is good by me. But there's something funny about him, though. I mean, there's always something funny about all these characters, but I forget what it is with him. He's got like alcoholism, or he's depressed, or I don't remember. I mean, he's a writer, so probably, but there's something funny about him. But yeah, I don't think he's romanceable. I think he's too like story dependent. So like, he has to act a certain way. So I don't think he's romanceable, and he's kind of like comic relief, I think. So things just kind of have to go a certain direction for him. Oh, and then his crossbow has a name. He's like the heavy, but really short, and he wrote a crappy book once, and like that's it's like he's one of those people, right, who's like they did one thing once and that's all you're ever going to hear about, like, oh, I wrote this book. Yeah, well, good for you. Write another or get a job, buddy. Like,
who's this?
That's Felicia Day.
Correct. I just hate that character so much. I want to skip it.
That's funny.
Thank you. Who is this?
Starts with a C. It's like Calissa or Cassandra or something like that. You see her like in the beginning of Inquisition. She's something weird, like a sex pervert or something. She's like throwing people in jail and like yelling at them. There's like two women, right, that like run this whole Inquisition, and she's one of them. I don't know what her bent is. I think she's more of like a warrior type, so she's cutting to the chase and using brute force and pushing you to act or something. But she's got a certain bent. She moves the story in one direction.
Okay. Is she romanceable?
Yes.
By who?
Oh, anyone who's comfortable in shackles and a ball gag, I think.
Who's this?
Blackwall. He's on the Night's Watch or the Black Brotherhood or whatever they're called in this game. They try to make him stoic. He's got something like, he's got like a daughter, or he's got like, a troubled past. He's got something going on in the past that makes him like mysterious or something. But it like, it's not that interesting though. I can't think of what it is.
Okay. Is he romanceable?
I think so, but I have no idea how you make that work.
Who's this?
I think his name is Chad, but he goes by Iron Bull. He's like the guy we saw before with the cornrows. But then, yeah, they did the whole... No, they look like this now. I think he's definitely romanceable. He's one of those that has like the really, really inappropriate sex scene, that everyone, is like, oh, I'm going to pick him because... I want to watch him destroy this little girl or whatever. Like some, like real gross. Like, come on, guys, you're better than that. But yeah, no, but he's like the leader of this mercenary group. But then he becomes your companion for some reason. But he still deploys the troops. I don't know. It's something funny, but yeah, I think girls pick him because they're weird.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who's this?
That's Sarah. Yeah, she's the one that everyone loves to hate. She's like tries really hard to be funny. You always call her Yolandi because of the hair. Romanceable by girls. And then yeah, she's got like like the messed up girl, troubled teen kind of story to her or whatever. Yeah, so like it's real polarized, I think, whether people like her or not.
Who's this?
His name is Cole. He's not real.
How do you know these so well?
I think I got this far in the Inquisition.
Yeah, you finished there and followed out, and then you quit.
Yeah, so I met him. He's a funny guy. Yeah, he's always saying messed up stuff, and he's not real, so he's always messing with you, and anytime He's like the Joker to your Batman. He'll just kind of show up in your head. You'll hallucinate different things about him, and he wears a funny hat for some reason. I don't really know what his motivations are.
Do you think he's a good character or a bad character?
Well, that's the thing, right? They make him ambiguous. So he's got some sort of agenda, or he's got some sort of thing that he's trying to accomplish. Or he's like the Joker, where there's no end goal. There's just like things move in a certain direction, and then everyone just kind of reacts to what he does and says.
Is he romanceable?
I don't think so. But I think there are people weird enough that they want to.
Who is this?
Okay, I think I've heard of him. I think his name is Dorian. Pretty sure he's gay.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the extent of his character.
He doesn't do anything else.
Well, I'm sure he does something, but I don't know if he is anything else. Like, I'm sure he spends a long time, with his hair and grooming and that. He seems to dress well, so good for him. Yeah, I think, they probably introduce him in some funny way where he's like, he jumps in at some moment and you're trying to have a battle in some fancy room and he jumps down. He's like, but did you know that so-and-so slept with so-and-so? And everyone goes, oh my goodness. And then, alliances turn and then, so he somehow like changes the course of everything, but I don't know that he's very interesting. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. The picture makes him look real like deep and sorrowful, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. He could be a totally cool dude. I don't know. All I can see is, most of his hair and his shoulders and his face, and that's about it. So,
what class do you think he is?
Oh, goodness. He's probably a rogue, because you can't see a weapon, so he's probably, like, knife and dagger kind of guy.
Okay. Who's this?
That's Solos. He's a prick. And then there's spoiler, something. I'm a god. Yeah, I think he's romanceable though, which I don't know how you pull that off, but he's like a real bastard or something. I don't know. I didn't like him. He was a weirdo. He's one of those like weird manipulative characters that like knows everything, and so everything could be resolved if they just told you what they knew, but they don't because they're just stringing you along. But then they're not quite effective enough in accomplishing their goals because you can somehow affect whether they succeed or not. It's one of those weird things.
Did I romance him?
You romance everybody. You're weird.
Who's this?
It's like Vanessa or Venus or Serena or something like that.
Does she play tennis?
No, well, maybe. I don't know. She's like French and royalty, and she's like intentionally manipulative where she'll... but she's an aristocrat. Like, that's what she does. I have no idea why she's a companion or if she fights or whatever, because she's one of those, like, we'll throw a party and then I'll disrespect this one person and that'll change the political landscape somehow and then that'll keep me in power, Yeah, so she's like a magician or something.
A magician?
Yeah.
She pulls rabbits out of hats.
Well, it's that whole, like, political thing where she's just pulling strings. Yeah.
Is she romanceable?
Yeah, I think so. By weirdos.
By weirdos. Who is this?
That's Frida. She's a scribe. She's always writing letters or making notes or something. She's got like a little like mobile desk or a clipboard that she carries around. And she's like hovering over people. I don't know what she does. She's, is one of those people that you see in the office and they're always there, they're always hanging around, and they're always busy, but you have no idea what they do. She is romanceable. She's like the cute one or the quirky one or the clumsy one. She's like one of the dwarves. Like, she's got a thing. I don't know what it is.
Is she a dwarf?
No. But, like it's Snow White.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's got something, some overriding personality trait or quirk or whatever. I don't remember what it is. She's got like a lisp or something. I don't think she's French, but she has something funny about the way she talks. Yeah, I think people like her. I don't remember why.
Okay. Who's this?
Oh, this is the guy that's not the guy in the beginning, Alistair or whatever, but he's the other one. So it's the same thing, just, third generation or whatever. So better graphics and more stubble, like...
What's his name?
Oh, douchebag number 2? I don't know. Yeah, he's like a prince or something. He's important. But then, he's like, well, I'll go fight with the commoners. Blah, blah, blah. And he's one of your companions. And he probably drinks wine and has a diary. And, but then he's all like, oh, I can play sports. Pass me that basketball. But...
You met this guy. You're doing so well, and you met this guy. What happened?
Huh?
You met this guy.
Oh, yeah, no. He doesn't seem very likable, so I don't know.
Alright, do you think he's romanceable?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think he's popular?
Oh, yeah. I don't know why. But yeah, you people like him.
You people.
You people. I don't know. There's something, there's something about him where, you give him a chance. There's this thing, he says one thing, and you're like, oh, well, maybe he's a good guy. And, you keep going, and then you get to the end, and you're like, he's just, why? I could have had anybody, I could have been trying to pull Varric away from his piece of wood, his plank. But I went with this guy, he's better than Solus, I bet. But yeah, I don't know. He's probably a safe choice. He's probably fine. I don't know. He just seems like a douchebag.
If Solus is a romance, do you think it's popular?
Yes and yes.
Okay. Why?
Yeah, because you people are crazy. You want, no, seriously, you want, some guy who's gonna, tell you everything, sit you on his knee, and tell you why you're wrong, and then, he brushes the hair out of your face or whatever, and then he says something mildly romantic, and then you're just butter. But you're gonna edit this, and I'm gonna sound so stupid.
No, you're not. Alright, well, that's all I have.
Thank goodness.
Is there any... Yeah, thank you for sitting here and doing this with me. Is there anything else you remember about the Dragon Age series?
I'm thinking too hard. That's never a good thing. No, it's a BioWare game, so it's a little bit of narrative-driven, Telltale-esque, with a little bit of action, but the action was really broken up, so I never really got into it. I don't know, but it's probably not any different than Mass Effect, and I played I didn't play Andromeda, but all the way through, but I played everything else, all the other 3, but yeah, I'm sure it's a fine game. It's just not my kind of thing, and the party system and all that.
If you could have guessed who my favorite romance is in the series, who do you think it would be?
Oh, I don't even remember half the characters.
Well, do you want to scroll through them?
Oh, sure.
Here, just do the arrow keys.
Oh my goodness, your favorite. You're gonna have a funny reason for having a favorite, though. Well, maybe no. That's not fair to say. The one you probably like best is just a well-written story one. Oh man, none of these even look interesting anymore. You go through them real quickly, and it's oh god.
Do you want me to narrow it down for you?
Yeah, well, somebody's got a troubled past or something.
It's in the last game.
It's in the last game. Well, I look like Black Waltz, so I'll go with him.
No.
No, okay.
No.
You're not one for Dead Daughters or whatever it is.
Dead Daughters.
Are you a sex pervert? You like this guy?
You know it. No.
Oh, well, now I'm just going to go through. Is it this guy? Is it this guy? Is it this guy?
It's a girl.
Is it this lady?
Do you want me to tell you?
Is it this one?
No.
Oh, I don't know. Is it Solus?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm leaving. See, you're one of those elf sympathizers. You get way into their lore and you think, they're so cool. I can't believe you.
Are we separating now?
I'm sleeping on the couch tonight. That's all I'm saying.
Why is it every time you joke, you're the one sleeping on the couch? You never take me on the couch.
deep-rooted childhood issues.